Big 38 for the weapon. Big 38 for the stepping. Welcome back to Buddy Pass Podcast, episode 38. Thank you for coming out today. And we're here with the boys live in person like we do now. And yeah, I don't really know where to go with this interview. We start over.
Wait.
No.
We're having an interview?
Yeah. We're here with Connor McDavid. Connor,
Connor, come on out.
Yeah. Wait, did we forget to get him out of the trunk?
Fuck, is he still in the car?
Ken Holland is going to be pissed.
Ken Holland's the GM of the Oilers. He doesn't give a shit about his players.
What you guys
and that's verified.
Street cred on it. What have you guys been up to?
Besides hanging out with you? Since the last time, I think I mentioned it in the last podcast that I was starting to get sick. I probably sound the same as I did a week ago. But on Thursday, I couldn't get out of bed. I was on my deathbed.
Oh, yeah, you were dead.
I was borderline not breathing.
It was kind of chill.
It was like...
Yeah, that's mad chill.
All hell broke loose with these guys.
Oh
because I'm the grounding presence here. I'm the glue. I'm the glue guy. Glue
guy all day.
You guys are just
I don't know what to do, dude. I learn how to feed myself because you couldn't do it for me. And now you're sitting here next to the peanut kid at the peanut-free table with whatever shit you're eating that has peanut butter in it. And my fight or flight reaction is absolutely kicking right now. That's why I butchered that intro.
I thought it was pretty good. It was funny.
Skitty pow.
There it is.
Yep.
Big 38 for the weapon. Big 38 for the stepping.
So is all that going to be in the intro as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is?
I mean, we started one episode with him going bum ba-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum 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 bum.
That's true. We did. Our intros are getting
we've mentioned before.
Can we first freestyle to?
We've mentioned before that you should start episodes freestyling.
Big 38 for the weapon.
Well, that's
pushing the audio. I'm in all the stoves.
You didn't come up with that though.
So our interview today is with Pop Smoke.
Hey yo.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. What have you guys been up to in terms of just life? Are you guys happy, sad? How are the taxes going? You guys filling out the I-9s?
Stressed the fuck out. I literally hate everything, but
even us.
I'm here for the podcast, so here we are.
You hate us too?
Only sometimes.
Oh.
When you're not behaving, yeah, I do.
So he likes us a lot then. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're having a normal college experience then. When just all the life is sucked the fuck out of you, and then Friday and Saturday comes around and you get a little juice, but you don't really have the AA Duracell batteries in you yet. You're kind of just walking on one AAA, and that's just how you get through a weekend, and then you just do it all over again on E.
Apple juice or orange juice?
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Remember that thing we talked about before we recorded where you just don't talk? That's do that.
Sorry.
No, you're all good.
You know how when you have a toy that runs on batteries and the batteries start to die, it starts to sound kind of like death?
Yeah.
That's how my life is going right now.
That's how your actual voice sounded a few years ago.
Yeah, also true.
Yeah.
So batteries are alive, at least one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how many I got, but we're running.
We are 3 AAA batteries, and that's
what I feel.
Draining.
Know what I feel like? I feel like a Juzz pod that it's completely empty, but you're still ripping it, and you're hearing that crackle. So you're just telling yourself there's nicotine in this. I feel like that where I know there's nothing inside of me, but I'm gonna tell myself that there's still some inside.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Oh,
Fake
damn,
it till
man.
you make it.
Hey, I walk into class with a smile. Kidding, I have a mask on. You will never know.
Brett, please bring light to this podcast right now.
Yeah, I just want to hear a little trivia.
Please do, because I know I'm not gonna get it.
I still see your shadows in my room.
All right, so
I just
forget what I even Googled to find this, but I'm sure this Bleacher Report article. I don't know how easy this one will be. Part of it might be. So, in the history of the NHL, who has been in the most fights and how many did he get in his career?
Ty Domi?
Yes. How many has he been in?
How many years did he play in the league?
How many years did he play?
No, it's 84, something like that, right?
Sorry. You want me to look up number of games he played?
Sure.
I mean,
was I close with 84?
Yeah, did you get it?
84 what?
Fights?
No. You're not even close.
How many
I
games? did
swear
He
to God, I've heard
played-
this before.
Bro, why does Google just suck?
Is it 120
No, not 120.
more?
Oh, yeah.
I have one number in the hundreds.
He's
but-
1,000. He's 1,000 game club. I'm pretty sure.
Excuse me,
Dude,
dude.
when
What?
I type in Ty Domi number of NHL games, why does it just give me the answer? Why do I have to go to his? Yeah, I know that's what I'm doing now. But I figured because it's Google, it would just tell me the answer.
Well, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Oh my God.
Bitch. I'm gonna say that he
Bro,
had
I
He
got
played
it. I got it.
1,020.
Right here.
What did you search?
Ty Domi games
You
played,
spelled Ty wrong. You spelled
and he
it.
still got the right
and I
answer.
still got it right. So you have
Wait,
no
that's
excuse.
actually so dumb. I literally spelled his name right and I typed in that same thing and it didn't give me the fucking answer.
That's because you're goofy.
But yeah, it was 1,020.
1,020.
I'm gonna say that he had a fight 1 in every 5 games. So I'm gonna say, and that's an average for a career. I'm gonna say 230 fights. More?
I'm going to say one.
It's more than 230.
One in every like 2.5 games, right?
Okay. Do the math out there.
That'd be a little bit under 4.
I'm gonna go for 15.
Lower, but higher than 2, whatever you said.
Wait, 15.
375.
Closer.
360.
Closer.
349.
Closer. Roughly a third of his games. Almost exactly a third.
330.
No.
231.
No.
232.
No.
233.
Yeah.
Let's go!
333. So
Fucking first try too.
333
Bang.
out of 1,020 is pretty much exactly a third.
Dude,
Wow.
what a fucking
And-
psychopath. And that's professionally getting paid to fight.
On
You add a
top
couple
of that-
street fights in there, you 1,000 fight club.
On top of that, assuming each of his fights were 5-minute penalties and there were no misconducts added on top, which there probably were for some, but assuming they were all just 5 minutes, that puts him at, just from the fights, 1,665 penalty minutes from fights and 3,500 total career ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, pretty much half his penalties were from fights.
I think who had the most penalty minutes though, I'm pretty sure is Tiger Williams.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
with a-
seen that before.
With a name like
Wait, isn't he the
Tiger,
golfer?
you have to.
Bad joke, sorry.
The not talking thing. Figure it out.
Hey,
No.
I just shared a bunch of knowledge with you guys.
Yeah, it took you a couple Google tries to get it.
It's Google's fault, not mine.
Clearly, it's user error because I found him just fine.
Yeah. And I sniped how many fights he got first try. So I don't know, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I just wanna.
What do we want to talk about today?
I don't really want to talk about hockey, to be honest.
Senators got Zach Sanford.
Went to my rival high school.
Pinkerton.
Hate his guts.
Did you just go out the front door?
I don't get in the way of podcast. It's in my book.
You didn't want to get in the way of the podcast, so you went into the exact area where you'd be in the podcast.
See, I thought the camera was facing more that way.
Oh,
So
I mean,
everybody, our captain setter Bobby Davis has now been fired on the spot. No pension and no per
You guys might
diem.
have even known I was here unless Brett didn't say anything.
no, I heard you come in the front.
man.
Where
Where are you going? Do you have
Yeah,
class?
I thought a stray dog walked in. I thought he opened the door.
Well, obviously, I meant like just now. When I was walking like in here, Brett. I was just gonna let you guys do your thing, and Brett turned around.
Dude, you're a sweetheart.
No,
Thank
okay,
you.
Brett.
Yeah.
We will.
All right, go have fun in class, Bob.
Nah, I won't.
Go learn something
Yeah,
new.
go walk down the hill. Put the mask over your eyes.
Like the girl that ate shit. There was a girl outside our room the other
Oh,
day.
Poor girl.
Momentum carried her down a hill, went face first into the asphalt.
I'll say it though. She fucking ate it.
She did eat it.
Overcooked chicken. That's how tough she is.
Yep. Shout out Lauren.
Yeah, that was a beast move right there.
Yep.
We tried to find the Neosporin, so we couldn't. Shit's probably infected now. That sucks, but
Yeah.
you got to wash it down.
Not our fault.
Who do you guys think is going to win the Calder this year?
I don't know. I feel like I may have a chance. I'm not really too sure. Don't count me out. I would say if you're betting on it, probably the best like value bet of the year. Besides that though, I think Lucas Raymond, to be honest, or maybe Cedar. I think it's gonna be one of those Detroit kids.
I want to see Spencer Knight. I think Spencer Knight could do it.
I don't think he'll play enough games, man.
Really?
I just because I honestly feel like Bob's gonna have a bounce back year. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for goalies to do it. It's really hard for goalies to do it because they're only playing so many games. That's so many. You know what I mean?
There were what, 2 in the top 5 last year?
Did they win it?
No, but there were 2 in the top 5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They didn't win it.
But how often are there 2 in the top 5? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's another point then on my side.
What?
That's another point on my side. Like the best that it's been in recent history is 2 in the top 5. Nobody's won it in a while.
But no, I'm saying we're entering a new era where there's or maybe not an era, but there's a point in time right now where in the league there's a lot of like sick goalie prospects.
Oh yeah, remember it was like one of the first things we talked about when we started the podcast episodes, like Askarov, all these goalies that are like literally getting compared to like the new Price, the new Pekka.
Yeah,
you know,
now some of them that are playing, you know, you got Lehkonen, you got Sorokin, Samsonov, Shesterkin. Like all those guys, guys we talked about in the beginning of the year.
Jeremy Swayman even,
yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying that I don't think they're gonna have great rookie seasons. I'm just saying the number one. Only one guy can bring home the trophy. You know, that's my point. I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Knight was 2 or 3.
I would love for Spencer Knight to do it. If he can't, I would love to see Byfield. I think Byfield has a shot. He actually gets a decent role out in LA. Well, I think LA is gonna be a better team this year.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Honestly,
in a weak Pacific Division as well.
I watched them a lot last year. I really loved that team last year. They only really got better. You know what I mean? And now they're gonna start seeing, all right, the guys they've been drafting, but let them develop. Now it's time to be in the big boy league. Come to this show and show up. I like that team a lot. I really think I'm gonna put them when we do our predictions for.
Yeah.
You know,
we got to do our season predictions.
Yeah. Maybe next week we can do that.
Yeah, because
our way too early season predictions. I'm gonna have them in one of the spots in the card race. I really like them.
Oh, easily.
Cal Peterson is gonna bag on them too. So yeah, I really like them. Especially I think Arvidsson's gonna fucking live it up there.
Oh yeah.
That guy has such a sick career. He got to live in Nashville, and now he's going to LA. Dude, would you ever move to LA?
Probably not.
Yeah, me neither. Earthquakes and forest fires.
I think LA is full of as great as it is in terms of like opportunity. I think it's filled with a lot of fake people. Because you know, at least in like the fitness industry, because I watched a few people that lived out in LA for a while, but then they moved away. And one of the big reasons they moved away was because the majority of the people there are just two-faced. They put on a facade for their videos, for their social media and all that. And when they're not doing something for their social media platforms, they're not good people. Yeah. They're just shitty people who take advantage of others. So I would not want to go out there in terms of like a community standpoint. It just doesn't seem like a very nice place to be.
Which is why Nashville will be a sick place to live.
Nashville will be electric.
I know, dude. I would put my cowboy boots on and my boot cut jeans, and I get back to my family roots. My mother's from Little Rock, Arkansas.
How many people did you just offend?
I don't know. It doesn't care. My mom's from Arkansas. My grandma's from Arkansas too.
Okay. I would love to go to Dallas.
Dallas would be cool.
I like Texas.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah. Brett, where would you want to go?
Am I allowed to talk now?
Sure. Only if it's good.
A trial run.
Am I?
Is
this?
It's a PTO.
I haven't talked in a while, so all the saliva was building up.
PTO. Figure it out.
Is this where I'd want to live or just visit?
Oh, yeah. I do live. That's more of a commitment.
Because I would visit LA.
Oh yeah, I want to visit.
Faux show.
Yeah.
Live? Jeez. I think like Colorado would be cool.
Oh. Like Denver?
Or something.
I like the cold.
Also fuck with the cold.
Denver would be cool.
You fuck with the war?
South.
No.
places southeast, probably not. Except maybe like Nashville would be cool. Like I wouldn't want to live in like Florida, like Georgia or something.
Yeah,
like
fuck that.
Yeah, Denver was the first one that came to mind.
Ooh,
That's definitely up there.
That'd be
for me.
cool. That'd be cool.
It's up there for me.
Is it because the Denver basketball team is called the Denver Nuggets? Is that why?
Yeah.
Because you're a little nugget.
Our little nugget boy.
What kind of sauce am I being dunked in?
Teriyaki.
Barbecue.
No, teriyaki.
Nah, it's got it.
No way. If I'm dunking you, you're going into teriyaki.
Or Chick-fil-A sauce, which is all I've been thinking about for like 2 hours.
Dude,
now.
we're going after
Which-
this. I don't
To be
care.
fair, there's probably barbecue sauce in Chick-fil-A sauce.
I think there is. It's like
It's a mixture of mustard,
'cause
ketchup, and barbecue. I'm pretty sure.
Miss
Wow.
Steinman made it like from scratch one time. She
Mm-hmm.
looked up like what's in it and like the amount, and like she made it and like it tasted like, pretty close.
Yeah.
And there, I think barbecue sauce is one of the things she included.
Yeah.
So she's trying to make her own.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I'd be so down.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
we'd have to buy like a bunch of different spices and shit though. I want to do that.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, but like a thing of like a fucking spice
Yeah,
is
just
like
do it the little
a few bucks and like really needs a little
That's
bit of
true.
it.
That's true. Spice is stupid expensive
Yeah.
for no reason.
I mean, like
at
if
all.
you're someone
dude.
that's like cooking a lot, it's fair because like you're using
Yeah.
it, almost daily. But
But if you're using it daily, it probably won't last very long.
You know, that's
Yeah.
probably
Why is it so expensive?
that's the one thing about this country that's never changed. Christopher Columbus literally came here for the spices, sold them for a bag, and it's never looked back.
he did a lot of other bad things. But
What do you do?
Columbus,
Yeah.
Killed a bunch of Native Americans
He did what?
Yep.
Why?
because they were Native Americans.
Well, he was not the most native man himself.
He was a foreign American.
Gasp. I mean, Christopher was like that.
Yeah. Christopher Columbus Day is next week too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
shout out Columbus.
Yeah. Should we? No.
No, probably not.
yeah, let's not shout
That was a
him out.
fake shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
You,
fuck you shout out.
yeah. When I find you in the afterlife,
All right, that's it. You're done. You had one shot, and now
it's a
over.
coffee, dude. I don't drink coffee really much anymore, but when I get it in me now, because I'm a smoothie guy now. I'm a smoothie guy.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still
Hey,
having.
when's the
You're
last-
still
when's the-
having. Okay, I guess. Yeah.
I would say maybe a week
Yeah.
now. I have 2 coffees, and then
Okay.
all the other days I have a smoothie.
that only started like 2 weeks ago. Though.
Okay, just ran on my parade.
I'm not. No, I was
he's
just
being
about to add.
realistic.
I
He's
was
being
just
realistic.
you didn't let me finish. I was just about to add into that I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm proud of you that you've been doing this for a couple weeks now. You've only had 4 or 5 coffees in the last couple weeks.
And the last 2 days too, I made myself chicken Alfredo pasta.
It's true.
It was
We
good.
did have to teach him how to make chicken on a frying pan the other night.
Yeah,
but he did it
pose.
great. He did
Yeah.
great.
I don't need you to be like, I don't need you to do it for me and hold my hand. I just let me do it, and if I'm being an idiot, just tell me like do it not that way.
We guided you. We didn't coach you.
Exactly. I don't like to be coached. Just guide me.
We
Kind of
supervised.
smack my ass and point me in the right direction.
All right, settle down.
And it was fire though, dude. So it actually was good. So I had it the last 2 nights. So I've been eating good around these pots.
Again,
Faux
in the
shout.
last 2 weeks, he has.
Skitty bow.
Because what? It was 2 episodes ago.
That I was complaining about how I don't eat.
Nutraman made an appearance
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
talked to you about your eating habits,
Yeah.
Yep.
which were
Yeah.
very poor at the time.
You know what though? Just yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you guys hear about that guy in the Ukraine League?
Oh my, yeah.
We need to talk about that.
There's.
There's nothing to talk
Tell-
about.
Yeah,
other
no.
than the-
I was.
I would say just explain the story and just then we got to go in about how much of an actual dirtbag this dude is and what we think his future of hockey should be. Because in our opinion, there should be none.
So basically, there was a scrum. There was a person of color on the opposing team and a guy, forget his name, so a white guy in the Ukrainian. hockey.
Andre D.
The guy he did it to was
Something.
Jalen Schmerich.
Yeah. And so he basically looked at him and, this little scrum was being broken up, whatever, and pretended to be a monkey eating a banana. And, when I saw this, like, my first instinct was like, this dude should be booted from every professional hockey league on the planet.
Yeah.
Should not be allowed to play hockey again.
Murdered.
Like,
he should be murdered. Because-
Some tweeter account I follow on Instagram said it. They said, he shouldn't be allowed to make a living playing hockey,
Yeah.
like, or something like that. And so I fully agree with that.
Because it's
I
a
think you should.
privilege. It's a privilege
so-
at that point.
The IIHF, which is the International Ice Hockey Federation.
Yep.
Because it wasn't up to the Ukrainian Hockey League to determine this, it was up to the IIHF,
Don't really get it.
which is kind of dumb, but whatever. And the IIHF decided to suspend him for 3 games, fully suspended, and then an extra 10 that he can pay his way into playing, basically, any of those next 10, which is probably the worst suspension decision I've ever seen in my life. And I follow the NHL.
And
this one was the worst.
Before all that, too, once the act happened, and then after the game in the press conference, obviously he's going to be talking and that after something like that. He was basically he basically said he didn't mean it, but when it comes to hockey, it's a game of emotions, and emotions come up. So what that translates to is, oh, I don't do this outside of hockey. I only do it inside of hockey. No, dude, you're just a loser. You're a loser on the ice and off the ice. I hope that dude should never be able to play a hockey game again. Playing hockey and getting paid for it is a privilege. Just playing hockey in a men's league, shit like that, that is not a privilege. You can do that. You have the right for that. But to get paid professionally, that's a privilege. It's a job. It's a privilege. They don't need to hire you. They don't need you there. And that dude should not be able to get paid. That dude should never step foot on the ice again. And I hope if anybody's at a game that he plays going forward after a joke of a suspension and repercussion like that, I hope this guy gets his shit kicked in, man. I hope the locker room beats the bag out of him. I hope this dude gets stretchered off an ice next game.
I hope the team, whatever team he was on, decides to remove him from the team. That's enough.
So can they do that? Because I don't understand the whole I get like the IIHF. I get how they have a say in this, but I feel like the Ukraine League should also have a say in what they want to do. Agree or disagree with what the IIHF
and even narrower down to the specific team.
And
if they want to what's it called? Terminate his contract. They should be allowed to do that. You can in the NHL.
I'm not really sure how that works.
I don't know how it works in the Ukrainian Hockey League. But a couple quotes I just wanted to share was that I saw on Instagram. So Akeem Alou, who's an ex-NHL player, right?
He's the one that he's the one who had the coach that was also saying.
Yeah. So he plays in the Ukrainian Hockey League now, I believe. Mm-hmm. He said this is a complete after the suspension decision came out. He said this is a complete embarrassment. How are we as people of color ever supposed to trust the system when at every turn it fails to protect us on and off the ice? And then another one by Anthony Duclair, who is in the NHL. He said, basically, we're telling kids if you make a racist gesture, you will be back playing in a couple weeks, ... It's 2021. ...
Honestly, perfectly put, man. Simply put, man.
Dude,
simply put.
That should have been a no-brainer that this dude's booted from every fucking league.
I felt, and Jalen, the guy that the act was directed towards, he had a tweet, and he just quote tweeted it, when the news broke or what the suspension was, and it's just 5 dots.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that breaks my heart, man. That's just so sad, bro. Like, his profile picture turns to just like an all black screen, like nothing on the picture. And I was like, bro, man, that's tough. That's so brutal, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. What about you, though, buddy?
So, Smerek, I don't have the official quote, but said that he was so offended by the incident that he would not play another game in the Ukrainian Hockey League unless Deniskin was. Yeah. Andrei Deniskin is his name.
Yep.
Unless he was booted from the league. So he has Smerek has yet to make a public comment about the suspension that was released, today, something like that.
I think it was this morning.
Yeah. I'm at a loss for words because I feel like there's this conversation only goes one way, and if you try to argue the other way, then you can get the fuck out.
You're a loser.
This argument, it's not an argument. It's a matter of fact that racism is completely despicable. It's completely just disrespectful, irresponsible. Any derogatory or negative word you could use, like that is what racism is. So I think there's no other thing to say than that punishment is far too light and he should never play a professional game of hockey again. And there's nothing the UHL can do. There's nothing the IIHF can do to make this right. The only thing that they can do is, what's the word? Is kind of ensure that justice has been served. And they didn't even scratch the surface of what that word means by this punishment. Giving him the ability to pay his way out of a suspension is just mind.
Yeah,
disgusting.
that part was boggling.
Disgusting,
the fact that he can basically pay his way out of a punishment for racism is like mind-boggling.
If you get guys getting like 20 games for hits to like the back,
yeah,
and you give this dude an option to pay out of a suspension, like, dude,
for
make that
something
make
like
sense.
this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, make that make sense. Like, please show me how both sides of this equation are equal.
And
you
from
can.
From a marketing perspective as well, if you want to look at it from this side, Ukraine is obviously, it's not known for its ability to pump out professional hockey players, but every once in a while you see some that come out of there that can play.
In the future, there's still a future for it.
But that's what I'm saying. Ukraine is at a very unique spot where they're generally at the World Juniors. They have an Olympic hockey team as well. I don't know how often they play, but I know they're generally at the World Junior Championships. They're in a unique spot where, like, if they continue to develop their players and have players play in the Ukraine, they can grow the sport more. They can bring in more revenue for the country. This move by the organization, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. You are giving yourself, again, I know the UHL was not technically the governing body that made the decision. They had to pass along the incident to the IIHF of Ukrainian hockey because of a rule contract or whatever that they had. But regardless, the people that made this decision are in charge of hockey in Ukraine. They are in charge of the national Ukrainian hockey as a whole. And what they did was, not only did they do a disservice to Jalen Smerek and anyone of color, but they also shot their own organization in the foot by giving Andre what is the equivalent of a smack on the wrist for one of the most derogatory things, the most disgusting things you can do.
One of the worst things I've seen in a while.
I was just gonna say it, like watching the video of it. Like, anybody listening who hasn't seen the video yet, watching it, it's like literally probably the worst thing I've seen in hockey. Like there's been, things have come out about like players who are like racist, like whatever.
That.
There's the whole like Tony DeAngelo situation. But like, this is just a direct video of a guy just looking him in the eye and doing that.
I will give props to Jalen Smerek though for not turning around and chopping Andre's head off with a stick. I'm proud of how honestly, I wish he had turned around and smacked his head. I wish he had.
That would have been the easy thing to do.
Just pumped his brains into the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wish he had done that. I know you don't fight fire with fire, but I would have given you the green light to spread Andre's brains all over.
Dude, it's getting to a time, though, where it's like, why not fight fire with fire? Like,
you know what? That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's the more morale and, like, ethical thing to do is, don't do that and do what Jalen's doing, saying, all right, I'm not playing in this league then. This is stupid. This is awful. But you know what, dude? Why not beat that dude's head into the ice? And then next time, maybe he'll think about not being a fucking loser. And maybe the next guy whoever is the next Andre will be like, you know what? Like, that's what happens when I do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, why not fight fire with fire? Maybe the teammates next time should just fucking jump him. If I'm the coach on the bench, I'm taking the sussy.
I hope in a couple weeks or whenever the fuck he plays his next game, a video comes out of this guy getting absolutely mauled.
Sign Zach Ronaldo.
If he was my teammate, I would have mauled him.
Oh,
I would
Yeah.
have mauled.
That's
If I was on the ice with him, I
Yeah.
would have punched him in the
Either-
throat.
Yeah.
Either
I
what
would've
I
hit him.
just said, or we see something about the team terminating his contract, kicking off the
Mm.
team, something like that. But yeah,
It's just, and like also, I just want to say that too, like going forward off your point, Aiden, because you made absolutely amazing points about how the IHF shot themselves in the foot. This is just Ukraine too. You could take that even further. What about other developing countries? I mean, Slovenia, Slovakia, hockey's even now being introduced in parts of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere, dude. France is getting bigger. Switzerland is even getting bigger now. They're
Swiss.
producing legitimate talent over in Switzerland.
Yeah.
What does this tell the players of color in those countries? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just now it's a global thing too, where now players just like Jalen are going to be like, wow, the league didn't even protect me. The IHF didn't even protect me. What does this do for the sport in a global sense? Not just Canada, Russia, you know, the big countries. You know what I mean, man? It's just like that doesn't make a kid want to play the sport and grow the sport. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
100%.
It's just, man, amazing point though earlier. Just it's fucking brutal, man. So I mean, I think we all said what we need to say on that. I hope this guy gets either his shit kicked in, stretch it off the ice, or can't play hockey ever again. Which,
Or all their
if that's
sins.
either sussy or injury, you know, as bad as that may sound, fuck him.
I don't care. And if you're
Yeah.
if you're listening to the podcast right now, trying to look at it from Andre's point of view and be like, well, maybe I want you to turn the podcast off, and I want you to never listen to it again.
Yeah.
I want you to turn it off. I want you to put your phone down. I want you to go jump off a cliff. I just don't listen to Buddy Pass anymore if you're trying to find an argument for Andre.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Go away. I don't want to be associated with you at all, because it's just so dumb. And you can't say enough about the situation.
That was fire. Dummy up. That's fire.
Stop. Stay with for Andre. All right. They were starting to hit each other, so I was just saying, like, save your strength for Andre if you're not watching on
probably
YouTube.
hear it.
Yeah,
They
they can hear
probably
them.
heard me slap his nipple.
No, you didn't even get it.
Yes, I did.
I did it.
I felt it. Don't touch mine.
Give me some.
Okay. Oh!
Oh, you fell so hard for that one. I feel like every episode gets more and more like you have to watch on YouTube for it to be like, enjoyable.
Yo, boys, why don't we just make a reality TV show? Like, we could so totally have a reality TV show, boys, because we're so funny and, like, so cool. Like, we should totally do it with all the boys.
What the fuck is going on?
The batteries are turning.
Your AAA battery's dying too? AA? AAA?
You know what I think you need?
What do you need? He does need Chick-fil-A.
But besides, you know, all this talk
my
too,
watch
just
is
going
It's
forward,
4 o'clock.
we said what we need to say on that. Hopefully the right thing happens. But also, some preseason games have been going on too, which have been fun to watch. I think it's really cool. I think I really like that whole loose rule that the league has, NHL, where, you know, you got to have at least like 8 vets. I think it's a pretty loose rule. It's not mandatory, but I really like that a lot. I like the shootout. You know, they have the option of doing a shootout too. I think that's just more content for the league. Aids made that point earlier. I don't want to not drop that quote.
Like an unmeaningful practice shootout after the
Yeah,
game.
it's just to
what
get the
they're
gears
doing.
going. And Aids brought this up, like I said,
And-
about what?
I was just gonna say, like, it's just a good chance for guys to just show
what they
one-on-one
got.
goalie opportunity.
Jake DeBrusque is still the shootout legend.
Dude, I've
he does
always
nothing
thought
for
he's a
60
shootout
minutes.
legend, bro.
He does nothing for
He's-
60 minutes, and if you get to a shootout, you're guaranteed
He
a
just
goal.
does that little like slight shoulder dip and
Yeah,
flips
he
right
waits
up
for the
over
goalie
it,
to
like,
go
every
down and
time.
move, and he just
little
he
donkey
just
kick.
keep.
Yeah, dude.
That's what my dad always called it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
Well,
good
the
at that.
donkey kick that we do, because whenever we kind of open anything that's like a can or like anything that can be open, like maybe a Ziploc bag, we donkey kick, but we do it forward. The donkey kick, when I learned it, was originally backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't got the balance for that. I just kind of give it a little Panera
right.
kick.
I remember you used to do it backwards.
Yeah, and now I kind of like the Panarian way of doing it, where it's just.
Yeah. Your leg gets up that high too.
I
Like,
the
that's
more I
flexible.
do, the more I do it, like by Saturday night, dude, my left hamstring is the right one is stiff as fuck, but the left one that I kick with, bro, I'm parallel with the ceiling. I'm perpendicular.
Yeah, I think you.
I'm a walking parallelogram.
A walking what?
Parallelogram.
Spell parallelogram right now.
Skitty bow.
I'm really upset that neither of you just liked my tweet too that I told you guys to like.
I'm gonna read it out loud. One sec.
Twitter handle is at MrMan3436.
Can you give? I don't think they've ever heard. Where did Mr. Man come up? Because your Instagram is Mr. Man, Twitter is Mr. Man, your Xbox gamer tag is Mr. Man. I would like you to tell the people.
So I think a lot of people expect. I think you did too. When we first met, a lot of people expect there to be some kind of like backstory behind Mr. Man. So I'll tell you honestly, what are you guys geeking about right now?
It's just so funny, Mr. Man.
You go and say that because I need to tell them then when I first saw Mr. Man pop up on my phone.
Oh yeah.
So you go and say
So Mr. Man, we'll throw it back again. Everyone always expects their.
Yo, we're throwing it back.
Throw it back around.
Don't
do it on live, on cam. Throw it back.
No,
throw it back on camera.
All right,
Continue
Mr.
the story.
Mr. Man, let's go.
So everyone expects there to be a story behind Mr. Man. I know you thought. I know some of your friends even thought it too. I know that for a fact because I told them, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So 8th grade, I made my first Instagram account, and I named it Mr. Man 3436. Shameless shout out. You want to know why? Because I thought it was cool. There is no reason. Nobody has ever called me Mr. Man. My first Instagram handle was Mr. Man 3436 in 8th grade. It is still that to this day. And it was for no reason other than the fact that I thought Mr. Man was cool.
Not even funny. You're like, dude,
like,
I'm dope.
It actually like
12 years old.
It's so like unique that like it like I don't know. It's kind of sick. Like that, like you still have it as that.
Now everything is Mr. Man. My gamer tag,
once
my
you're
Twitter.
in, you got to go all in. I get that part of it. That's about it, though. Because can I then go for when I first saw Mr. Man?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting with my boy Kevlin, shout out him, in calculus class in senior year of high school. I've already committed to Assumption for podcasting. So, and I'm still looking for a roommate. You do like the whole Facebook group thing, you know, get to know people, whatever. So I put myself out there. Hey, I'm Chris Rafferty. I like hockey and I like farts. And that's whatever I said.
That's what you said?
Probably. Plug the Instagram. And then I'm chilling in class one day. I think I'm playing Fortnite mobile. Who fucking knows? That's all we did in our senior year math class. And then I get a DM pop on my phone on Instagram. And it says, Mr. Man 3436.
34.
34 skitty bow. Fucking sent you a message. I'm like, dude. What like Albanian prince is trying to get me to be their queen right now? You know what I mean? Like what scam is going on? And it just I open it and it's like, hey man, you seem pretty cool. I saw your Facebook thing. If you still need a roommate, I'm interested. If not, we could be boys. I was like, Mr. Man, how are we? And I show it to my boy Kev, and I'm like, dude, look at this kid. And he's like, dude, his name's Mr. Man. I'm like, yes. And they're like, he's like, why? I'm like, dude, I don't know yet. I'm gonna find out. Oh, it's so and then again and no, dude, like he's just telling me he's like, I love Fortnite mobile, hockey, The Office, like just a dude's dude. I'm like, this kid, man, this kid's pure. This kid's pure as gold, man. It was just it was unreal. And then
still pure as gold.
Oh yeah, there was one thing that was always right about you. It was genuine dude. I was just so funny, man. Just I'll never forget looking at my phone. And I'm like, that's it. I probably had a fucking dumbass. I probably had a dumbass suit and tie on for a stupid hockey game I had.
Oh my god.
That I just rolled the bench for. And I'm sitting there getting a DM from Mr. Man. I was crying. And then I hated Brett for the first week at school, too. Should we go into that story?
Yeah.
Real quick, our buddy Gil was the first person I met here.
Shout out, Gil.
Yeah, before I even talked to like any of these guys.
He doesn't listen to the pod.
No way.
No
he listens to classical music on repeat. And I'm like, we bore up because dude, I'm the loser that wore like a Weymouth hockey shirt to like not like orientation, but like Hound for a day where you stay over. then the loser that wore a hockey shirt, damn, dude, I'm so lucky. Gil comes up to me, he goes, dude, you play hockey? I thought he was about to call me Gretzky, like trash me. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, man, like, yes. So, if that's what you want to call it, yeah.
Cool.
No, I was more like embarrassed. Like, you play hockey? Like, yeah, if that's what you want to call it, sure. And then we buoyed up, and I was like, yo, you need a roommate? He goes, I already have one. His name's Brett Tibbetts. I hated Brett for the first. I wouldn't see Brett for another 6 months until I got to school.
This was before you were rooming with Abe.
Yeah,
so
like,
for one.
I was like, wow.
And you thought you found your one. But
I thought I did. And then
I'm Mr. Steelio Gill.
And then first week, I hated the kid. And then Brett was just like, yo, you like trying to go to Chuck's? And I was like, all right, you're pretty chill. Like, let's go. And we just buoyed up since then.
Now here we are, senior year.
That's the first time we kind of talked about like the history of like us like being friends, kind of. Yeah. It took Aiden 2 weeks to chirp me in college. He didn't say anything mean to me for like the first 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, you need to be mean to me. Like, chirp me, please. And he's like, I can't, man.
I'm just a genuine guy.
You're just a nice. You're just a fella, bro. You're just a fella.
Well, I'll tell you, I used to hate, and I still do. I don't like being mean. I used to hate every aspect of being mean, but now that I've lived with you for so long, I will be mean to anyone that deserves it. For the most part. It's probably like a 50-50 shot. Depends on who you are and what you did.
Yeah. As I've matured, I've realized, like, all right, you don't really got to be mean to, like, people that don't really, like, deserve it. But, like, if you deserve it, now you get extra spice latte on it. You know what I mean? So, like,
we both helped each other in that regard.
Yeah.
I calmed you down and you riled me up a little bit.
Or maybe like a nicer person. You also made me more like less cynical. You know what I mean? Like less, like more glasses as half full type.
Yeah.
That's what you did. And
I just gave you some of my water. So my glass was also half full.
Half empty.
That's fine.
Kidding.
Get out.
It was a joke because you poured some out.
You didn't say that. You just don't say it.
I'm a glass half full guy.
No speaking thing. Again.
Yo, girl, you a jeans half full type girl. I'll say it. Dicky on you.
We should wrap up.
Yeah, we should wrap up. All right,
everybody.
Sorry for not a lot of hockey. The preseason's just whatever preseason is right now. We're gonna have more news next week. We'll probably try to do like our playoff predictions, way too early ones that we did for last season.
And regular season.
Yeah, just like standing.
Oh, that's what I meant, like the standing type thing. Sorry, which
we could do. Oh my god.
Well, no, let's just do what we did last year. Let's just
he tried to.
I didn't do anything.
Let's just do what we did last year. We'll do something. Either way, we're gonna have a lot more to talk about next week. These last 2 weeks have just been the boring part of the season. You know, a little serious talk today, which is nice. And I think, you know, like Aid said earlier, if you're on the other guy's side or even thinking about it, don't watch this. Don't listen to it.
Get out.
Yeah. So until then, everybody, episode 39 will be next week. And go outside. It's also too, it's flannel weather. It's jeans weather. The fall is crisp. The pumpkin is pumpkinin.
I thought you were gonna say pumpkin. The pumpkin.
No, Yossi pumpkinin. But anyways, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Get outside and wear a hoodie, something like that. Not really sure. Don't listen to me. I wouldn't either. Have a great week, everybody. Peace out.